Today, we are going to talk about the indoor management rule, a defence that is asserted in the Turquand's case. In simple terms, this rule says that a person dealing with a company in good faith can assume that the company has properly complied with its internal rules and procedures. For example, imagine a company's constitution requires that any board resolution must be approved by Polly, the CFO. If an agent represents to a third party that all internal approvals have been obtained, the third party is entitled to rely on that representation. They are not required to investigate whether Polly actually approved the resolution. I mean, imagine living in a commercial world where whenever you want to enter a corporate deal, you must scour through pages and pages of the company's constitution and meeting minutes just in case they breach their own procedure. However, there are important exceptions where this rule won't protect the third party. First, where the transaction is suspicious. For instance, if a company that normally sells socks suddenly enters into a contract to purchase army tanks, that's a red flag, as it is incredibly unrelated to the company's business. If the nature of the transaction reasonably suggests it is unrelated to the company's business, depends on context, business type, and representations made, a reasonable person would be expected to make further inquiries, like, why are you making tanks as a sock company? Second, where the third party has actual knowledge of irregularity. Similarly, if the third party knows that the company hasn't complied with its internal processes or deliberately ignores obvious issues, they can't rely on the rule. Third, where there is forgery. The rule does not apply if the transaction involves forged signatures or a counterfeit company seal. In those situations, the company will not be bound. So, in essence, Turquand's rule allows third parties to trust that a company has followed its own internal procedures without having to dig behind the scenes unless something seems off.